Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends The Void Build-A-Figure wave. Namor. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we continue looking at the Marvel Legends The Void Build-A-Figure wave. As in front of me today, we have a very wild looking, or should we say savage looking Namor. Now this particular look for Namor is early 90s during that John Byrne run. I will explain more as we go through, but we have had other Namors. I will do comparisons and head swaps in this video as well. But here we have Namor in the packaging with that gold armor, those little green trunks, and he does have a trident back there as well as a couple of sets of interchangeable hands. And you also see those creepy hands for the Void Build-A-Figure. So you will need Namor if you're trying to build him. So we get Namor on the front, we get Namor image on the side from that John Byrne run I was talking about, taken straight from the comics, and we get a write-up that reads, half human, half Atlantean, the mutant Namor always fights on behalf of the kingdom of Atlantis. And then as always you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Void Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Namor. So without further ado, let's get him open. Here we have Namor out of the packaging with all of his accessories. I've already got him holding the trident, obviously. We have those two sets of hands, and he also comes with the last Build-A-Figure piece we need to build that cosmic space crab, which is the Void. So you know what to do, subscribe and come back, as the next review will likely be the Void Build-A-Figure. So we get two arms and two hands as well, but I'll move them to the side and let's today focus on Namor and that wild head of hair. So he has his two sets of hands, but I'm going to move them out the way and also get the tape measure. So Namor himself comes to over 6.5 inches because of that big head of hair, and his trident is virtually 8 inches, or just about 8 inches. So he is imposing, and by no means is this my mind's eye of Namor. You know I prefer displaying my mind's eye, but it is a very accurate rendition of this particular look from Namor, which is from the early 90s. Writer John Byrne and penciler Jay Lee, where Namor had been missing for a while and then returns with this longer head of hair and aggression. So he was dubbed the Savage Namor, and he has a few different looks as the issues go on. He has this like gold armor chest piece as well, and he also puts his hair in a ponytail too. So it would have been good to get them as extra parts with this figure, just to give you some more looks as those issues evolve in the 90s. But he still looks very nice here. So let's take a closer look. Now, this is just an observation, but this Savage Namor look way predates Jason Momoa playing Aquaman in the DCEU, so I wonder where they got their inspiration from. But the head sculpt is undoubtedly the new piece and the highlight of this figure. I like the whited out eyes, which is an accurate portrayal of Namor during this run. He's got the angry expression, the darkness around the eyes, the moustache, the goatee, and the sideburns as well, with that big mane of hair draping over the shoulders, front and back, with some strands of sculpted hair sticking out either side, so it's a little bit wild. But I still like that you can see his Atlantean ears sticking out either side as well, because this is still Namor, of course. Now, maybe it's my lights being a little bit bright, but they are shining on the hair, making it seem a little bit glossy and a little bit wet, but it has got some really nice sculpt going throughout it, done in that jet black, was, as I said, these sculpted strains sticking out either side, and as you can see, it's draping over the front and the back of the shoulder. The sort of torso piece is all reused from the previous Namor, so it's on a disc and hinge, so you will get him leaning forward, no problem, but of course the hair will limit him looking up, which will be frustrating for like swimming poses if you're into that. I do like the way that the arms sit naturally though on this body, and the torso has all this sculpted musculature with the torso crunch as well. So let's zoom out a little bit, see what we got going on. So as I said, the crunch goes forward that much and back that much, and again, he is a flyer. He does have those wings, of course, on his feet, so a looking up would have been appreciated. Is it a disc and hinge? Maybe it's not, maybe it's a dumbbell. Even still, it is limited. You do have pins in the arms because the arms are reused. What is new are these armor pieces on the forearms, which again is accurate, and they do look very nice. Some really nice sculpted detail. You can see them shining underneath my lights there if it will focus on them, with those spiky fins sticking out as well. So really, really like that. You've got this gold belt piece with the shell, which is a separate piece. So if you ride it up, that will reveal the waist swivel. And then his trunks are the green sort of scaled effects. That does have a nice wash in it to bring out that sculpted detail, that chainmail detail of the trunks all the way around. But yeah, that gold belt piece, you can just sit down flushly and it hides that waist cut. You've got the thigh cut there as well with the black legs or the black trunks all the way down, and you do have pins in the knees. The legs are reuse, but these armor pieces are new and they do match the ones on the forearm. They've got some pieces that stick out, and then you have his trademark wings on his feet, and then there's feet for the people that like feet, but I don't. But yeah, he has his toes out, but yeah, the wings are very nicely done. Nice armor, black legs, green trunks, gold belt, and then gold armor. 2 gripping hands out of the box so we can hold his trident with either hand. And of course I'm going to try some head swaps, but first, what hands has he got? A set of fisted hands and a set of swimming, saluting, waving, karate chop hands, however you like to use them. They are all flesh-toned hands though, so they will come useful in other places in your collection, I'm sure. And I wanted to show you this because, as I mentioned, the whole upper torso and arms are reused from the previous Namor. If you pop the hands off and then slide off his armor pieces, you can see they are the same arms on the previous Namor, because on the other one, these were just painted gold. But now they've cleverly just reused the same arms and added the thick armor overlay, which does work. But I do think sort of flesh tone arms, the pinless upgrade would have been appreciated. But yeah, the whole upper torso, body and arms are reused from the previous Namor. Moving on to our Namor the Submariner comparison, as we have had a couple in recent Marvel Legends years. We have the original Walgreens exclusive version where it's got a lot of clothes on, and then we have one with less clothes on from a Build-A-Figure wave. And this Savage Namor is basically built on this body with those armoured upgrades. But I just wanted to show you them all standing there holding their tridents, as this new Namor has the same trident as the previous one. It's just the golds are a different colour. This Savage Namor is a little bit more gold, where this one's a bit more bronzy gold, if you will. So yeah, exactly the same sculpted tridents for these two Namors. This one, his trident was terrible. It was too thick and he didn't even hold it. So yeah, definitely reused the better trident of the two. Here we have a better comparison of our 3 Namors without their tridents, so you can have a better look at their costumes. And I know we get the same character multiple times, it can be frustrating, but I do think when it's like this, it's justified. Each time we've got Namor, it's a different representation of the character from a different era, different time, and different preference for collectors. So again, you don't have to buy all 3 of these Namors like me, I'm an idiot. You can get your favourite and desired look for your collection, but I do think each one of these is a justified release. I just wish they would have upgraded parts, as all 3 of these are using the exact same arms. They've just cleverly hid it with those armor upgrades. So yeah, these 2 Namors are the same with different heads, different trunks. I do think the new trunks are sculpted as the belt's a separate piece, unlike this one, and they are using the same legs, again cleverly hidden with the redeco and the armor upgrades. But now we're curious of head swap, so let's do some head swap. So first head swap, we have the Savage Namor body on the more naked Namor, and then the regular Namor body on this Savage Namor. And to be fair, I don't think either of these looks are inaccurate. I'm sure you could probably find a comic panel where they look quite similar to this. So it just gives you more display options. But in case you were curious, that is what they look like. And I guess we could add the armor pieces from the Savage Namor onto the naked body, or at least the arms, and this is how it looks. Now, you could swap the leg armor too, but you'd have to pop the feet off, which I don't really want to do, but this gives you a vibe of what the sort of more naked Namor would look with the metal armored upgrades on. Again, I do wish that they gave us the sort of metal chest plate as well that we've seen during this run, as it would have really given a nice upgrade. I tried to upgrade this version as well, but because of the collar, you can't really pop this head on properly, unfortunately, but I did give them the armor upgrades at least. So yeah, it gives you a vibe. And finally, here we have that Walgreens head on the Savage Namor body. Skin tone, flesh tone isn't exactly perfect, but you could probably get it to work. Continuing with comparisons, unfortunately we don't have too many supporting cast for Namor, but we do have a couple of characters that appeared during that early 90s run. First up, Dr. Doom. He also went toe-to-toe with Colonel James Rhodes, aka War Machine. There's definitely some fun panels of these two battling it out. Here we have Black Panther and Black Widow. Here we have the new Vision and Scarlet Witch. Some Squadron Supreme love as we have Power Princess. Go and check out my review, and Hyperion. And here we have, as a character, someone who pairs up with Namor very well, as it is his little cuz, Namorita. But unfortunately, these two legends don't pair well, as the costume designs, the representations are just from different eras. Namorita is from the early 2000s, and Namor obviously is from the 90s. So yeah, I don't think these two costume designs have ever shared a comic panel before, but Namor and Namorita obviously have. I think Namor's a bit drunk because he's definitely leaning in one direction. But here we have the 20th Cap and the Mark 70 Iron Man, and if I take them out of the way, we can bring in the Ultimate Cap and the Extremis Iron Man armor. Let's wrap up with some of the Who crew. So here we have Frogman, Tigra and Jocasta, who is reading out comments from the previous Marvel Legend review. If you want your comment read out and forever cemented on YouTube in a review, you have to leave one. Leave a comment below.
Masterban says, "Put your sushi away, Hank, it's insensitive."
And then last but never least, here we have Captain Britain and Hal, Fire, Hank. Stop it. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legend, The Void. Build-A-Figure Wave, Savage, Namor. Now I know this figure is essentially the creative reuse of the Wave, as it's the previous Namor with some additional pieces, but they have creatively added the parts to make it a pretty unique version of Namor. And to be honest, the more I look at it, the more it grows on me. As I said, not my mind's eye, but you cannot deny it is a very cool looking Namor. We definitely need some more supporting characters for Namor, maybe some more villains, that would be pretty good. But the head sculpt is very nice. Selfishly, greedily, I would have liked another head sculpt, maybe one with a better suiting expression for Savage Namor with a screaming head, but I do always appreciate the neutral expression. Maybe a ponytail head sculpt as well. That front chest armor piece would have been a nice touch as well. But as I said, more is always better. It is still a very nice looking Namor for the era, and I'm sure there's going to be people out there, fans of this particular run, which will be very happy to add this version of Namor to their collection. So you can let me know in the comments below. But if you like Marvel Legends, then one thing is for sure, you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlists, but most importantly, please hit that subscribe button, hit all on the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. I might be on TikTok, maybe. You got to find me. But as always, I will, of course, see you on the next one.